3. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Chemistry off the
that was
lip.
smooth.
First show.
We do need to do that.
And that's recorded too.
Yeah, that was
10
recorded.
toes down, I'm a ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down, I'm a ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing.
Welcome in everybody to a new show that we're excited to bring you called House Money. I'm one of the hosts, and we have the other two hosts right here, Eli and Isaac Ellis. Boys, how are we doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
So quickly before we get into the first episode, what do you want to accomplish with this platform, this show, and what do you hope for the viewer to kind of understand about you and stuff like that?
I'll probably say just to get the backstory and what happens in the everyday life at Moravian and stuff we think about and what we talk about when we go through at Moravian. So
yeah, I'll probably say just the same thing. Just how me and Eli got to our platform, and just show other kids that anything's possible.
Got you. So obviously this show's going to be focused on them, kind of their journey. We're also going to talk about just everything going on in the basketball world. We're in the hoop state, and that kind of leads us into our first topic. Coach K, man. One of y'all's a Duke fan, right?
That's me.
You're a Carolina fan.
yes.
So you're just going to skip out on this segment, or do you actually have some nice things to say about Coach K?
He's a great coach, got a lot of wins, runs a great program, but I'm a UNC fan, so.
So Isaac, as the Duke fan of the group, growing up, I know your dream is to play at Duke one day. I know you said that. What kind of impact has Coach K had on just the game as a whole, as a kid growing up in North Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, it's really his legacy has been wild. Just because if you think of dominant coaches, Coach K is going to be in the top. You think of dominant schools, Duke's going to be in the top. So just him getting all the wins, championships, stuff like that. He's had a crazy legacy in North Carolina.
So I think by the time that this show comes out, the result of Saturday will be decided. But who do you have on Saturday at Duke? It's going to be a huge game. I think the cheapest ticket to get in the building is $6,000. There are tickets going for upwards of $100,000 to get into this game. So this is a big deal. Duke, Carolina, at Duke, final time. Who do you got?
I got Duke, man.
How much?
8 plus.
By 8? I got UNC by 4.
How is UNC going to beat Duke?
I don't know. I just feel like they got a better flow on offense.
They have a better flow on offense.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're just a lost Carolina fan trying to find excuses.
No, please, I don't want to be quiet. Let me just say it's unacceptable.
And the North Carolina Tar Heels come into Cameron Indoor Stadium on Mike Krzyzewski's final night coaching in this arena, and they hand the Blue Devils a loss.
Armando.
Yeah, Armando's going to have to go crazy, but he's going to have to deal with Paulo and Mark. I don't know. But either way, Coach K, we just talked about it, Coach K's legacy in North Carolina has been crazy to see, and he's definitely left an unbelievable resume, and everything he's done has been awesome. So we'll see where Duke goes with Shire. They're recruiting well. They're getting some good kids to come in, but we'll see. Maybe he gets the Ellis brothers. We'll see. Kind of shifting into your world now. I know, because I've been there, Moravian Prep is an interesting spot. There are a lot of characters at Moravian Prep. You guys work really, really hard on your craft, and the results speak for itself. But when you kind of mash together everybody there between you, your dad, I know Hamilton comes off the top of my head, Ryan Roberts, Mayar, post-grad kids, regional kids, everybody. There's moments every week now. So this segment's going to be called the Moravian Prep Moment of the Week. And I think for the first episode, we could just talk about a couple highlights. Is there anything you have in your mind or something that maybe happens repeatedly on campus that the general public would just think is hilarious?
There's so much stuff that happens throughout the week.
Mine involves a crazy person in a coffee cup, but there will be no more details.
And a kid from Canada.
But that was a moment. But so is there anything that you can think of from the past week that has kind of grabbed your attention at Moravian Prep?
Ooh, yeah. It was most definitely the moment of Hamilton Campbell guarding Freddie DeLeon, and he was talking trash. And as soon as he comes on the court, next play, Hamilton gets folded and lands straight on his back. It was a sad moment.
So I have to ask you this: in the heat of battle, this has happened both times y'all played Word of God, and y'all are 1-1 against them. At this point, split the 2 games. I think it's safe to say it's a rivalry at this point because of the chatter, and I know you guys all know each other, and they're a good team, and y'all are a good team, and that's how it should be. So What was your reaction, one, when you saw Ham get dropped like that? Isaac, start with you.
Me, at first I didn't see it.
Were you on the court?
No, I was not on the court.
Okay.
But I didn't see it. But
You see him getting up?
Yeah, I just saw him getting up, so I didn't see it. But then after the game, I saw the videos and stuff, and that's when it. Yeah, that's.
Do you clown him more after the win or after a loss?
It's probably even, but probably more after a win because
Yeah.
he would get a little upset
Yeah.
after a loss.
Yeah, okay. So what was your reaction when Freddie dunked on old boy at the beach? Because that came to the top of my head too, because Freddie's had two viral plays against y'all this year.
Yeah.
In the 2 games. And y'all had your share of moments too. We could talk about that at some point.
When he dunked on it, we were not expecting that. It was Amari's second game at Moravian, and he got welcomed to the hoop state after that dunk, and it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was very, very shocking.
All right, and the other weekly segment that I want to talk to and talk about, this is something that, look, you guys both like to talk. You guys like to engage, communicators, nice way to put it. And I'm sure people talk back. What is, we could talk about this past week or previously, like, what is a very memorable moment where when someone says something to you, you're like, wait, what did you just say? Or something that you said to somebody else. I know you were talking about something from this past weekend, Eli.
Yeah, I can't really remember what people say to me because people have started to not talk as much to me because they know it gets me going.
I remember the TikTok you made, don't poke the bear. I was on the call for that one.
Don't poke the bear. But probably the one thing would have been when we played Liberty Heights in the Big Shots National Championship. One of the players for the regional team started talking to me on the court. And I was like, didn't y'all just play in the B bracket? And aren't you on the JV regional team? I said, come on, you can't be talking to me while you're on a regional team. And then we went back and forth, and it was just heated, and that's basically what happened.
Isaac, is there something because I mean, you're in a unique spot. You obviously are too. I think you dealt with this more last year. Like, you're in the 8th grade. You're smaller than just about everybody you're going up against. I'm sure people are chirping you. They're talking to you. What's something that you remember someone saying to you that you're like, bro, what are you talking about?
It was by far one of my favorite moments I've ever had in basketball. We were playing against Combine.
Was this Tyler's event at Forsyth? Okay.
Yeah, so we were playing against Combine. I check into the game, and Jeff McGinnis, that's my boy or whatever. So he, right out the gate, I forgot what happened, but he was yelling. He was like, hey, get him out the game. This is big boy ball. So then, right when he started that's when we started chirping. And then, me and him were just going back and forth at it. And then we both got a tech. So it was a double tech. I got a tech, he got a tech. And then he had to sit down. And it was like 2 possessions later after we got the tech. Eli did a spin move, made 2 dudes fall, passed it to me in the corner. I hit a shot, and I ran directly over to the bench and started talking trash to him. So that was probably one of my favorite moments this year.
Okay. So do you think that the trash talk is different when you kind of intersect from high school ball to grassroots summer travel basketball? Or do you think it's just the same?
No, I think it's totally different because AAU, they let you get away with a little bit more stuff.
Except in Rock Hill. Yeah.
But yeah, AAU is probably a little bit more leeway there. I know high school, especially with what kind of refs you have and where you're at, it's always different. But AAU is always the same. You can talk as much, but as long as there's not a fight. But.
Yeah, we know how that goes sometimes. Isaac, like, what with you playing against older guys, do you feel like they target you specifically with the talk, or is it more you're just another guy?
Yeah, more definitely in high school than AAU, just because AAU people don't really
You're
care.
playing with kids your age more.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, a little bit as that. But yeah, I think in high school it's more like specific on me and Eli, rather than AAU, because half the time you don't know who you're playing that day in AAU, and people don't really care about wins and losses as much in AAU. So yeah, I'd definitely say in high school it's more competitive.
Gotcha. All right, next up, we're going to play a game called Heads Up. I don't know if y'all have heard of this game. It's kind of the thing on your phone where you flip down, flip up. It's almost like charades meets social media, I guess is the right way to put it.
All right.
Cooking? Sauteing? Flipping? Tossing? Pancakes, making pancakes.
Yeah.
Shower, wash.
Yeah.
Clipping your toenails, clipping your nails.
Yeah.
Making a sandwich.
Yep.
I don't know what that is. Dancing? Jumping jacks? Cheerleading.
Yeah.
You did a good job with that. Oh. Swimming. What was that? What was that? Skip. Oh my god, I didn't see what it was. We're done. We're done, yo. We're done. We're done.
It was snake.
Yo, what was it?
It was snake.
Snake. Have you all ever seen the? Oh my god, dude. Oh my
I've never
god.
heard it.
How do I start?
Wait, so me and you are going for him?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not going to get one.
Open the door. What? Skip. I don't know what.
All right. Well, you're my baby. Oh, I said it. Skip it.
Yeah, what did you say? Jumping jacks. Winky. Fishing. Smoking.
No.
Vaping. Weed.
Skip.
Selfie. Time. Watch.
The word.
Clock. Blowing bubbles.
That was the first one. That was blowing a balloon. All right, Isaac, let's get this done.
Zombies?
Yep. Self-explanatory, y'all.
Throw baseball.
You don't throw
Frisbee.
a baseball like that.
Cooking?
Yeah.
Scared?
Yep.
Selfie?
Yeah.
Marriage? Proposing?
Yeah. Singing?
That was bad. That was.
Stretching?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dancing?
Yeah, same.
Piano, computing, typing. Shooting, bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I hold it.
It said computing.
No, typing.
I want you to react to the kid that said, when you saw the video of the kid, and we could play this, the kid that said he's gonna, like, Eli Ellis is gonna make me take my socks off. Like, what was your reaction to that?
What do you think Eli's gonna do today, man?
30, 10, and 5.
30, 10, and
He gonna make me take my socks off again.
I couldn't believe he said that. It was,
Did you check to see if his socks were on?
no, the true fact, he was actually walking around Rock Hill Sports Center with no socks on, barefoot.
Now, the Rock Hill Sports Center is an unbelievable facility.
Yeah, great facility,
Not a
but-
place I'd walk around without shoes.
No.
Never. No.
And they had a video of him walk around with his socks off at a basketball gym.
We've had a lot of memories at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anyone that comes to mind in particular from just like a comedy standpoint that you can remember? I remember your dad jumping on my back on court 1.
Oh yeah, definitely when
That
he
was
jumped on
pretty
his back,
funny.
There was
You collapsed like one butter.
Well, it's like you sucker punched me with a jump on the back.
320. I'm just went by.
I hear you. I understand, but like I was really taken off guard by that. You said you were going to do it, and I just didn't believe you. Like, and all of a sudden you're on my back. I fell down. You're just a dynamic athlete. What can I say? I'm trying to think of. I mean, God, there have been some heated moments there.
Man.
You heard about the
wish
locker
could say
room?
it.
What happened in the locker room?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Took a little bathroom break.
The special.
Yep.
You bleep that name out. But no, I do want to ask you though, because it feels like we're at the point now where COVID's over, relatively speaking. Yep. Yeah, good call. It's relatively over. What are your vivid memories about that first like 3-month period of us coming back when it was like grassroots basketball was the wild west? Because it felt like that July and August was crazy.
It felt like everybody let their anger that they were holding out from all of those
4 months.
They let out in basketball. And it was a lot of fights.
Do you think that summer, more for you, Eli, kind of helped propel you to the season that you had last year and what you're doing this year?
Yeah, I definitely say that last 3 weeks of that's our Moravian season, and then that whole summer really prepared me for all this.
And for you, did that kind of, you were really, before that, you were, no offense, you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
And it kind of threw you into the fire to seeing how everything went. I mean, you were. What did that show you, and what did you kind of learn from that experience of playing right after COVID was over? And I think everyone was just kind of happy to be back.
Yeah, it was really fun just because, you know, everybody, I mean, me, Eli, and Han, we've been training in the gym just by ourselves for months. Yeah, you know, it was good just because, you know, that, like, right whenever that started, I just showed that I could actually play. Like, I could play on the highest level. So, yeah, it was really fun. That summer was.
What, we're about to enter into March Madness territory. NCAA tournament's coming up. Do you guys have any notable March Madness memories that you remember? Because I have one off the top of my head that's kind of funny.
March Madness?
Yeah, definitely UMBC.
Did y'all go to that game?
Yeah, we were at that game. So
what was that like?
It was wild because especially the fact that we knew the coach because he's a LR.
Coach Odom, yeah.
Coach Odom, he was at LR, and Nate Dixon. They were at LR not even maybe a year.
Lenore Ryan is the school that he's talking about. LR. It's a Division II school in Hickory. Usually a good Division II program.
And the crazy thing is, people know that the 16 beat the 1, but they actually beat them by 22.
Oh, they beat the brakes off.
That was the crazy thing. They beat them by 20.
Yeah, my March Madness memory, whenever I think of March Madness, is a little different. So basically my dad has a guy that he does his taxes with up in New York. And every year we usually make the trip up together, just like a father-son thing. I haven't done it since that year, since 2019 because of COVID. So we usually make that trip together every year. And this is right after sports gambling got legalized in New Jersey. So his offices are in New Jersey. We rent a car and drive it across the bridge into Jersey. I'm like, I'm not going to your accountant's office with you. Drop me off at the sports book. So at the new FanDuel book over off of right by the Meadowlands, right where the Giants and Jets play. And do you guys remember Fletcher McGee?
Yeah.
So Fletcher McGee is like one of the greatest three-point shooters in the history of college basketball. And my dad, nice enough, gave me $100 to go bet with. And I'd won my first 2 bets. And I put everything I'd won plus what I had left on Wofford to beat Kentucky. Straight up. So it was 2.5 to 1. I needed Fletcher McGee to just be solid. I'm like, they can win this game. Fletcher McGee went 1 for 13 from 3. And had the worst game of his life. And I had a meltdown. So when I think about March Madness, it's March Sadness. And we'll see if this year turns around. Obviously, you guys were trying to get to the point where you can eventually play in a March Madness. What do you think that would be like to have the opportunity to suit up in the NCAA tournament?
It would be crazy just because, like, you know, you've seen it literally every year since you were a little kid, and then actually being able to play in it, it would be wild.
Dream come true. Just all the stuff you work for, just to be able to play on that type of platform, be wild. So
I hear you. So that about wraps up this week's show. For everyone tuning in, we hope to do this, once a week and bring guests on and do a bunch of different fun stuff. So any final message for the audience at hand?
No, just stay tuned.
Got some stuff coming. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see y'all soon. That's it for this episode of House Money.
Heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. This is all we ever wanted. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life